Hi, welcome to today's mat class. This is a beginner-friendly intro class. I'm going to try to keep it to about 20 minutes. You don't need any equipment, just your mat and a space, and let's get started. So we're going to begin with some breath work. We're going to do some deep belly breathing, and then we're going to get into the Pilates breath that you're going to really need for these exercises. So let's take a deep inhale through our nose, expanding through that belly, really filling that belly up with all the air. And then exhale through the mouth. Draw that belly, that navel back towards your spine, really drawing all that air out. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale and exhale. Do that 1 more time. Inhale. A lot of times, keep going. And then exhale. So something that I had a really bad habit of doing was sucking in my tummy and not taking full belly breaths throughout the day. And that leads to a lot of stress. We really need to take those deep belly breaths. What we'll do is we're going to go into that posterior lateral breathing. That's kind of like, think of it as the 3D breathing, but you're going to inhale. As you inhale, you're going to expand through the ribs. And then as you exhale, you're going to engage the core and draw those ribs down. Almost as if you're doing a crunch seated. Inhale, expanding through those ribs. Exhale, draw the ribs down into a crunch. Exhale all the air out, really drawing that navel in. Inhale, expanding through the ribs. Exhale, draw that navel in, draw those ribs down. Really engaging through the core, as if you can feel like you have a core set on that's really engaging all of those muscles. Good. Now that we've got the breath work, we're just going to go into a little warm up here, starting just gently with our neck. So I want you to look to the right side, then take your nose down and around, up to the left side, back to center. We're going to do that to the left, down and around, and then back to center. So do it 2 more times on each side. And as you do this, there's just some gentle breathing involved, and if it feels good for you, close your eyes as we go into this last one, coming up to the right side, and then back to center. Good. So now we're going to go into another little warm up with our little side bends here. So you can place your hand gently onto the mat, the right side. Take an inhale very gently. As you lean over, exhale. Getting a really nice stretch through that side. Coming back to center, take a deep inhale. And exhale. Over to the other side. Good. Then we're going to come back to center. And we're going to come to a seated position here with your feet out in front of you. And we're going to get into something that is really important for your Pilates classes. It's the pelvic tilt. So with the pelvic tilt, what we're going to do is we're going to sink back into this nice little C curve. And then we're going to tilt back up, okay? So you're sitting up nice and straight as if a string is attached to your head and it's drawing you up really tall. Sitting up nice and tall, inhale. And then exhale, you're just going to tilt, and your back is going to begin to have that C curve in your spine and coming down just a little here, okay? So we're coming all the way back up, nice and tall, and then drawing back just a little bit. Good. And if this is too much for you, then you can always come down onto your back, and you can do the pelvic tilts from here. So you're going to tilt that pelvis forward, and you're going to notice a little space under your back. Then as you tilt your pelvis the other way, you'll notice your lower back is pressing into the mat. So we're just going to start tilting here. You can inhale as you tilt forward, exhale as you tilt back. As you tilt back, you're really engaging through that core, and you can really feel those muscles, those deep core muscles as you do that. So inhale, creating that little small space underneath the back, a little small gap. And then exhale, pressing that lower back into the mat. This is a very important move for your Pilates exercises. This is what's going to help to get you over those roll-ups, and just basically get you through everything. It's really important to train your deep core muscles and that pelvis and get this pelvic tilt. This also helps with loosening up the hips, loosening up the body, and as you know, I think you should know that emotions are really, we store a lot of emotions in our body and especially in our hips. So with these pelvic tilts, it may look like nothing, but it really, really makes such a difference when you do this on a daily basis and you build it into your lifestyle and your practice, because you're really able to release a lot of things with this movement, even though it looks so simple and it's just a back and forth with this pelvic tilt. Okay. So with this pelvic tilt, in order for you to find your neutral position, which is where you want to be for the majority of your practice, when you are tilting back and forth, but for a neutral pelvis, you really want to find that middle ground where your pubic bone and your hips are all on that same plane of existence. Okay? So it's not like you're overextending or underextending. You're just find that nice neutral spot where your back is just gently pressed into the mat and your core is nice and engaged, and that's going to get us in that nice neutral position. From here, you're going to get in that nice neutral position with your in that nice neutral alignment. Then you're going to bring one foot up, tap it down, bring the other foot up, tap it down. And the goal for here, keep going, we're going a few more. And the goal for this is to keep your hips nice and stable, nice and square. You don't want to be rocking back and forth. You really want all the stability that you can have. The only thing that's moving is this leg. Everything else is nice and stable. So let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, really engaging through that core. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So that was just a little marching. So from here, we're going to take it up a notch. So you're going to bring one leg into tabletop, followed by the other leg into tabletop. So you can feel a little bit of a difference as you pick that second leg up. You really have to find that balance as you put the other leg back down. Okay. So we're going to go up, up, down, down. We're taking this nice and slow. You really want this movement as controlled as possible. This is what Pilates is all about, using that breath, really connecting to that core. So we're going to do this 10 times. Okay. Up, up is 1. Up, up, down, down is 1. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's go. This is 10. Really engaging through that core. Make sure you're not shifting as you lower the legs down. 2. 3. 4. And if this is too much, you can just go back to the previous one that we were doing, which is what I call level 1. This is more of a level 2. Nice and controlled. Let's go 6. Make sure you're really engaging through that core, really tucking that pelvis a little bit in that nice neutral position. Nice and easy, slow and controlled. We've got 3 more. Lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower. Last one, lift, lift. Good. So staying here in this position, we are actually going to move to the next level, which is level 2. So 2.5. So from here, you're going to extend that leg out, draw it back in. Extend the other leg out, draw it back in. Okay, keeping everything nice and stable, except for these legs that are moving. Have that really nice engagement to your core. Make sure everything is engaged. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So you can hug your knees in. Just take a deep inhale and exhale. Just rock side to side. Good. And if that feels good for you, we're going to move to level 3. So this one's a little spicy combo. So what you're going to do, if this is, again, if any of this is too much, just go back to the first one. Keep doing it with the video. Keep doing it with us. Just do the modification that works for you. Okay? Repetition is chef's kiss everything. So, yep. So level 3. So you're going to bring your legs back into tabletop. You're going to extend, lower, lift. Bring it back in. Extend, lower, lift. Bring it back in. Extend, lower, lift. Bring it back in. Let's go. 8 more. Extend, lower, lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. So just hug those knees in, rocking gently side to side. So now we're going to get into some roll-ups. If this is too much for you, what I want you to do is to go back to practicing your pelvic tilts. We're just going to get into some of the roll-ups. As I was saying, if it's uncomfortable for you, you can just do the 2 versions of the roll-ups. So we can do 3 versions of the roll-ups. You can stick with just doing these pelvic tilts, focusing on that mind to muscle concentration and the breath. Or you can stay with your knees up, bring your hands up above your head, take a deep inhale. Exhale. As you come up, pause to inhale. Pelvic tilt coming up as you exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pelvic tilt, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time, coming down to your shoulders, your neck, and then your head, and then your arms. That's one variation. The next variation, the full variation of the roll up is you're going to fully extend your body. Take a deep inhale, reaching nice and long. And then exhale and keep reaching the body nice and long, keeping your heels together. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, tucking the chin to the chest, coming up, rounding through that spine. Get that nice C curve coming up, and then rolling over, really lengthening through the spine here, coming over the feet, then coming back up. And then exhale, again with that pelvic tilt, coming back down, one vertebrae at a time. Good. So I'm going to do that variation. We're going to do it. We're going to do six. We're going to do this 6 times. It's going to feel really great. It's one of my all-time favorites. So pick your variation. Like I said, you could do the pelvic tilts, half roll down, or the full roll up. So take a deep inhale, exhale, coming up and over, reaching nice and long, and then coming back, stacking as if you're stacking your spine up against a wall, and then pelvic tilt, coming all the way back down, rolling the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale, exhale. As you come up, inhale, or pause to inhale, and then exhale. Use that exhale to come up over that pelvic tilt and over. Good. That was 2. Coming back down. We have 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up. Pause to inhale. Exhale. Up and over. Good. Stacking that spine and coming down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale. Exhale. Pause to inhale. And then exhale. Sitting up and over. Good. Deep inhale. Exhale. Good. We got 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. Up and over. Good. Coming back up. Pelvic tilt. One vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way down. Nice and easy. Slow and controlled. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. And exhale. So come up and over. Good. And stacking that spine up. And then coming back down. Good. Beautiful. All right. So from here, you're going to come down onto your side. And you can bring your feet out to about the corner of your mat. And we're just going to go into these little side kicks. And then we'll be finished for our class today. So you can place your hand on your mat for more stability, or you can place it behind your head, whatever is comfortable for you. But what you're going to do is you're going to really grip down with your opposite foot. The opposite foot is going to come point and then flex to come back. Maybe you're only here though, and that is okay. But really what you want is that nice point, flex motion. So let's go for 10. And again, you can hold down here if you need. 9, 8, 7. You're doing great. This is the last one. We just got to do it on the side. On the other side, we'll be done for today. 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. I'm just going to flip around to the other side. So again, make sure if you're in a nice long line, you can bring your feet more to that mat in that angle. Kick and flex. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just resting on your back, stretching nice and long. Stretch out as long as you can, really lengthening through the spine. Take a deep inhale. And exhale through your mouth. Good. So inhale, reaching the arms up, and then you're going to exhale into cactus arms, bringing those elbows as close as you can without removing your hands off the mat. So reach, inhale, exhale, all those elbows in, try to keep those palms on the mat. Inhale, and exhale. Reach, inhale, and exhale. And then just remain in cactus arms here. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Good. So place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. We're going to finish with 3 breaths here. And you should be so proud. You should be so proud of the work that you put in. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Do one more inhale. And exhale. Good. And when you're ready, we're just going to come up into a seated position. And you are all done with your 20-minute beginner-friendly Pilates class, intro class, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.